Malamar VMAX, triple path prize. That's actually like some of the best prize cards to have, because path is like, well, that's actually not again 100% true. Seb didn't prize anything super relevant. The carriers in the first couple, the Sabo being in the last couple is a little bit annoying. So that's a little bit annoying, I guess, but this is actually pretty good for pretty good prize cards for Seb. Actually, this makes the turf field really good for Seb because there's 3 paths prize, but one of them is in the first 2, so it shouldn't be a huge impact, I don't think. It shouldn't be a huge impact. But this matchup I definitely favor Seb. Like, Malamar VMAX can hand lock you, but it's not hard to set up 2 cards that can find Cynthia's Ambition in the hand for Seb pretty consistently. So, and the Malamar won't be the biggest threat early on anyways. Curious to know who won the coin flip. But we do have Piper going first. Has the Arceus, has the energy. That's what you want turn 1. And then we see a quick ball here, probably to go get... I don't even know, to be honest. Maybe just the Malamar V, to be honest. I don't even know what you want turn 1. Like, I don't even know if you need to even play the quick ball, to be honest. But I guess Malamar V is probably the best thing to go with, because you're up against Malamar, which can't really do anything on the first turn. And I guess you don't know for sure if Seb plays Escape Rope or not. To be honest, so like attach pass on the active would have been fine, I think. But it depends on the hand. If you have got like Research plus a VMAX or something, you're going to want that. Yo, I appreciate that gifted sub there, by the way. Shiny Maple. Appreciate it. Use the Malamar. I'm not gonna lie, I probably have to read it too. I completely forget what Malamar V does. As the energy attachment, and then there's the pass. Yeah, so I don't even know if they need to grab the Malamar V there, to be honest. Could maybe chilled. And from Seb, has the Fall Crystal. The rest of the hand doesn't look too ridiculously good, but can get the basic Psychic, can get off this Keep Calling, double Inkay, plus Sobble off that, and then has the Remoraid in the hand, I believe, to throw on the bench. And then has an Evolution Instance in the hand to start building to that Cynthia's Ambition, look for that one-hit KO on Arceus on the next turn. Prize that Sobble, like I mentioned, which is a little bit annoying, but not the worst thing ever for sure. Can deal with it. Checking the prize cards after grabbing the Psychic, and there we go. Check some of the prize cards. I don't think they checked all of them there. Yep, Rem, and then here comes Keep Calling. It looks like a couple Evo Incense, like maybe 2 Evo Incense actually. A pretty solid hand besides not being able to fill up the bench here from Seb. Seb definitely would have liked another Sobble to work with, but sometimes you can't have it all. One more Sobble on the bench would have been super nice, but it has to settle for just 1. Yeah, can't take the Brawly. So 1 Pokemon short of a full bench, but pretty good hand. Pretty good hand. Pretty good hand for sure. We have to go like double Malamar plus Artillery plus Ultra Ball top deck here for Piper. Now this is actually an interesting scenario for Piper. Usually you want a Boss KO Remoraid. Boss KO and Remoraid gives you the most likely chance that your Arceus won't be KO'd. I think that's what I'd like to see from Piper here, is a Boss KO Remoraid. That gives you the highest chance that your Arceus won't be KO'd on the following turn, which is what you want against Malamar. Them to not take knockouts. I don't know if like Piper plays Sharon's Care or any healing at all. Usually the Malamar VMAX decks I don't think play any kind of healing. You just try and go in with Arceus and then follow up with 2 Malamars and try and be as disruptive as possible. We'll see what Piper opts for here. Another thing you might want to do, goes with the Marnie instead. Okay. I don't hate going for the Marnie. Like I said, I think I would like to have seen the Boss KO on the Rem, because that's what's most likely to get you, is the Remoraid. We do see that Seb does play the Boss. I definitely prefer the Escape Rope to the Boss, because in situations like this, like, the Boss sucks, but Escape Rope's like okay, like you could aggressively play the Escape Rope here. And then there comes the Starbirth, gonna get the DTE at least. Has a Big Charm in hand as well. Could put it on the Arceus, but you could wait to put it on the Malamar VMAX as well and make that a little bit bigger even. So I wouldn't hate to see that. Looks like they're eyeing up a Marnie to go with it. for the following turn to once again disrupt the hand. Overly aggressively disrupting the hand with Marnie doesn't do a whole ton to Malamar, to be honest, because they just need a Cynthia's Ambition to get cooking again, which they can find off of Shady Dealings. So sometimes Boss is more disruptive. Having the option of both is best going into your following turn. Of course, Marnie's a little bit better, I guess, when you do play the Malamar, though. So it probably does make more sense to you do the just grab the Marnie here, because you do want to, and it commits the big charm to the active as well. Oh, actually has the boss in the hand as well, so it has the option of both. But I guess when you have Malamar, you want to use Marnie anyways, right? You want, because like if they're holding a hand previously, they're gonna try and set it up to deal with Malamar. So you judge them or you Marnie them, and you make it harder for them overall. Yeah, like I said, Seb does not have a great hand. Super clean turn 1, turn 2 from Piper. And Seb's hand is, I mean, just as an ambition away from being able to do something, but is still an ambition away. I guess you could contemplate sending up the Sobble here to use Keep Calling, but you don't want to have to play as Seb. If that's your out on the next turn, you're probably losing. So Inkay in 2. Karina's Focus is okay. It's not going to get you a KO probably this turn. I don't think it's even possible to get a KO, to be honest. Not with a reasonable board state left, so probably not going to see a KO here from Seb. Definitely should just go search out another Inkay. You definitely need just better cards here. You really need to get another Sobble in play here from Seb, and then ideally want to drizzle out that as well. There's the Inkay. And then we'll see the Karina's Focus for 5. This is actually where the turf field comes out pretty early here from Seb. This is actually where rising those 3 Pats of the Peaks could be a big deal. Like this turf field sticking to the next turn could be a pretty big deal, actually, to be honest. The Orangaroo. Oh, that's interesting here. The Orangaroo from Seb. I wonder what matchup that's for. That's super curious. What is that for? You could like put the Skiploom back in the deck at the end of your turn, get a new card, and then search it back out with turf field. I feel like you'd rather just have another Sobble in play, to be honest. You can also, I guess you can Guru the Looms, you can Guru the Boss, but is that worth not having another Sobble in play? Because you're definitely cutting your Sobble out here. I don't know, the extra Sobble seems better, to be honest. It's cute. I don't think it's good, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's cute, but I do not think it's very good. Throws the Boss back. Probably should have thrown the Boss back before using the turf field, though, because now you're just gonna draw into it. Well, got lucked out there to get the Evolution Incense, because you don't want to top deck Boss again, I don't think, here. I think Seb missequenced that. Should have gone with, I think they just used turf field there. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure they just used turf field there. They should have Primate Wisdom first and then turf field afterward. There's a chance you draw into the Skiploom off the Guru, but you just want to shuffle that Boss into the deck. You don't want to see that anytime soon. So I think a little bit of a missequence there from Seb. The Guru's going to be pretty big deal against Malamar, actually, though. It's like really good against Malamar VMAX, because Malamar VMAX takes the cards and puts them on the bottom of the deck. It doesn't shuffle the deck, so you can like put a Cynthia on top. Who is Cynthia protect from Marnie? Marnie's just not that popular in the format, though. Like, it's not that big of a... You're not going to get Marnie that often throughout a game. The Guru's cute. Definitely not seeing it being the Guru doesn't really do it anyways, though, because you shuffle your deck. The Guru is literally just there to put Skiploom back and actually put stuff back. Because, yeah, when you attack, you shuffle your deck. So the Guru can't, like, even prep for around Marnie. Except in a situation where you don't attack, I guess. Yeah, I always forget that Malamar shuffles your deck at the end of the attack. And actually, here comes Seb going with the attack. I actually don't think Seb should have attacked here. You do want to get rid of the 2 of those cards. You want to keep the energy here, though, as Seb, though. You want to keep the energy because you're going to have to make another Malamar next turn. I don't like shuffling the energy back there. You need to attack with another Malamar next turn. So now, when you put, like, the energy back in the deck, now you have to find the energy again. So it's not like you're actually doing more damage. Because now that's, like, one less Rapid Strike card you're potentially finding with your next attack, for your next Malamar. So putting that, unless they have an energy in hand, but I don't think they do. I think their hand is just, like, Inteleon and Rod and something else. So I don't like that, sending the energy back there from Seb. I think it's a misplay. Over to Piper again, in a really good spot. Piper's in a really good spot here. Seems like they do play a couple big charms, so I definitely like the... knowing that they play more than one big charm definitely makes me like that big charm on the active there. I think from Piper here, I wouldn't hate to see a Boss KO Sobble, to be honest. Because... Oh, does Seb even have an out? Yeah, Seb didn't even put a Drizzile in play, so actually Seb's hand is just dead right now, I think. I think Seb's hand is just dead. Another Malamar being set up here from Piper. So back-to-back Malamars. And if Piper just keeps... Ooh, and he's even running the Arceus away. I think I like this as well. They keep making them work really hard for these knockouts when they're having this slow start. There's the boss. What do they go for? They go for the artillery. I wouldn't have hated to see the Sobble get bossed here, though, because the Drizzile is like one of the most consistent outs to Cynthia's Ambition. So I wouldn't have hated to see the Drizzile get chased here, but I guess the artillery does guarantee Karina's focus. So if you get rid of this, they can't Karina's focus, and then if you take away the Drizzile from their hand, so I guess this also works out pretty well as well, to be honest. So Seb living off the top deck here, or at least 2 top decks. They can also Primate Wisdom. But even if they get into an Ambition here, they need so much to get this knockout. There's a Malamar. We'll probably see the Primate Wisdom put the Malamar back into the deck. Thinking about using Turf Field first, but then you don't have the Turf Field at the end of the Cynthia's Ambition. I think you just Primate Wisdom first here as Seb. Sends the Rod back instead. I feel like you'd want to maybe use the Rod to get that Sobble back. There's the boss off the top that they just sent back into the deck last turn. Turf Field to shuffle the deck. Looks like they're gonna probably stick it out for one more turn here at least. They're gonna get a cool hit for 40 damage here. This is the power of the Turf Field in the deck, but usually Turf Field doesn't stick and play this long against most decks in the format, and that's why it's not. You know, if people weren't playing Stadium, Turf Field would be ridiculously good, but generally people play some Stadiums to bounce it and can easily find them. I think we should definitely see the Malamar get played here from Seb. Otherwise, it's just gonna get put back in the deck. There is a boss here from Seb, so we could see the boss on the other Malamar here and hope that it gets trapped in the active. I'm not sure the retreat cost. That's what Seb's checking right now, it looks like. You do go down to a 0-card hand here as Seb, but that's probably fine, to be honest. There it is. Just hit for 40. Did not play the boss. I guess that does mean when Malamar VMAX attacks, that card has to go back to the deck, I guess. So just 40 damage and a dead hand for Seb. Does have the Guru to at least see an extra card. Does have the Guru to see at least one extra card per turn. Goodbye Turf Field. He'd finally get that off the prize cards. And there's just a hit. Boss goes back to the deck. There we go. Seb gets to see 2 more cards this turn. Let's see if they work out. Yeah, the more I think about it, actually, I like the play from Piper to bring up to KO the artillery over the Drizzile. The Skip Plume top deck. Guru back to the deck. Level Ball, Evolution Incense, Drizzile, Ambition. There's the Evolution Incense. Okay, Seb's back in it, but I doubt we'll see a knockout still this turn. I doubt we'll see a knockout still this turn here from Seb. Gonna see the Drizzile for the Ambition. Gonna see draw 8. But I don't think it's gonna be enough to get a knockout here. I don't think it's like you're gonna get 8 cards. You need an energy. I guess it is possible, but you won't be set up with a very big board state. And that's where like Malamar VMAX wants to be. I guess you'll get 4 prize cards or 3 prize cards. That's a 40 on the VMAX. I guess it could work out here for Seb. Could get the KO and maybe set up a bench Pokemon or 2. It's an okay draw. The Drizzile on the hand is kind of stuck. Is there enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think there's quite enough here from Seb. Actually, instead of holding the energy on the previous turn from Seb, we probably should have seen Seb attach the energy. One, two, three, four, 5. Yeah, 5 only. And no way to get like any more basics down here. Oh no, there's 2 more. You can just bench these, of course. All right, so Seb's not in a terrible spot, but still behind in the prize trade. And actually, he might just be out of the prize trade now. Unless they can actually go KO the active and then boss KO the other Malamar VMAX on the next turn. If Piper can just go attack with the VMAX, attack with Arceus, attack with the VMAX, Piper will just win this game. I almost think if Piper just... There's a DTE top deck. That's huge. That can set up the Arceus to attack with. So we just need to see 3 attacks, more attacks here from Piper, and Piper just wins if Seb can't knock out back-to-back VMAXs. I think just attacking. Didn't even play anything else. Plenty of outs for Seb to actually recover the Drizzle. I think you get rid of the Evolution Incense here as Piper. I'm actually not sure what I'd get rid of here. Probably the Evolution Incense, because that gets a Malamar, I feel like. Those with the Scoop Up Net? I feel like I would have got rid of the Evolution. That also the Evolution Incense also gets Artillery. I think you should definitely get rid of the Evolution Incense here as Piper, I think. I think I got rid of the Scoop Up Net, though. I'm actually not 100% sure there. Yeah, because now we can just see Evolution Incense for Artillery plus Drizzile for... Ooh, the Rescue Carrier is a good top deck as well. This is actually looking to be a pretty good turn here from Seb. But can Seb pull off the knockout on the active into the boss KO on the bench VMAX is the question. I think it's going to be pretty tough. They're going to be going to game 2 soon here with a victory for Piper. It's looking really, really tough for Seb, but I'd love to see some magic happen. It has everything they need to get the KO. Drizzy out, Ambition in. Needs a Malamar, needs an Energy. There's what, 12 on. That needs 5 Rapid Strike cards as well. That's actually not too steep. That's not too hard to get, to be honest. That's not too hard to get at all, especially with the what's it called card in the hand. The Rescue Carrier. Ambition for 7. Here we go. Is it good enough? Ooh, there's the Energy. Got the Carrier. Got a Scoop Up Net. Definitely good enough. Another Turf Field as well can just get a Skiploom out of the deck. But I don't think it's good enough to get back-to-back KOs here. Especially with Piper having the Marnie in the hand. I'm sure next time we're going to see Piper go send up Arceus Marnie and kind of just take the lead, to kind of take the game with that play, to be honest, on the next turn. Doing some math here for Seb. Needs 5. Has the boss in the hand as well, so has that like setting up for the boss play on the next turn. It still needs so much. Such a ridiculous amount of cards is needed between this turn and next turn. Inkies are back. The Fall Crystal in hand as well, I believe. But maybe doesn't want to use that yet. Hasn't used Octillery's ability yet either, I believe. Or Guru, actually, I don't think. I don't think they've used Guru either. Guru's the net back. That means they can't pick up the Artillery. All right, got another Rapid Strike card there, though. Malamar off the Artillery. Has the Turf Field to get the Skiploom. Maybe we should search out the Skiploom first off the Turf Field so you didn't draw into it there as Seb. I don't know how many Skiploom are in the deck, though. There might be 2. There we go. Skiploom. Level Ball. Another Skiploom. The whole Skip squad coming out. Definitely has the KO, but the chance for them to get the KO on the next turn is like not happening, I don't think. Yep, there's a concede. I'm pretty sure Seb had the KO there, but I think probably just realized that's going to be impossible to get the KO on the next turn, I guess. I don't think it was happening. Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, Tord and Gustavo are playing. They actually played each other yesterday, and Tord won. But they were both featured on stream yesterday, so I'm sure they're trying to mix it up a little bit. Yeah, Seb can definitely still easily force a game 3. Like I said, I think this is matchup is favorite. I don't know. I still think this matchup is favored for Seb. Yeah, I didn't think the matchup is favored for Seb. I don't think there is a reason to play Skip Loom over Jump Bluff. I don't think it makes a difference. You can blind them both with Level Ball. Like that's I'm pretty sure they say basically the exact same card. Basically. I think they mess up the camera there. Yeah, Pluff and Skip Loom is just the exact same, I think. Everyone just chooses Skip Loom. All right. All good from Piper. Curious to see if Seb chooses first or second. I would imagine Seb chose to go. So Guru's prized. I think this might just be for the best, though, to be honest. One of the Skip Looms is prized. So that hurts the possibility of getting that turf field value. Every time you go to draw with your ambition, if you draw into a Skip Loom, the only Skip Loom now in the deck, you can't actually use the turf field. Guru being prized might just be for the best, though, to be honest. So it doesn't get used. Leave it in the prize cards. Not gonna take up a bench space. We'll be all right. Judge being prized. There's one Malamar VMAX prized. I don't know how many Malamar VMAX Piper plays, but definitely wants to set up 2. So it looks like Seb chose to go second here. Attach pass. But I think that I don't know if that's an Arceus or a Malamar. If it's a Malamar, there's no possibility for an attack turn 2 here from Piper, I don't think. So we got the Brawly turn 1 here from Seb. Oh, it's attached to Crobat Pass. That's even worse. Not even to a Malamar V. It's the Crobat Pass. I don't think they play a Crobat VMAX, which is actually a pretty good attacker in this matchup. But they might play a Crobat VMAX, to be honest. They definitely could. Has a Marnie for next turn at the very least, and we'll be able to get a knockout with the attack here from Crobat. And then if they can't get a return knockout, then it's not a terrible spot here for Piper to have it like this. Full bench turn 1 here for Seb is exactly what they're looking for, something they couldn't achieve in the first turn. They got it here in this one now. Boss in hand again, unfortunately for Seb. Not a card you're looking to have in your opening hand at all. Couple extra baubles. Oh, goes with the double Remoraid. Interesting. Goes with double Remoraid over the double Sobble. I don't think they prized any Sobbles either, unless I already forgot their prize cards. Maybe they didn't prize 2 Sobble. I did not see 2 Sobble prized. Quick Ball top deck from Piper is a little bit late, so no turn 2 Arceus for them. Gonna have to settle for attack with Crobat and go from there. Gives up a Path to the Peak, which is not a dead card in this matchup like it usually is up against Malamar, because there are the turf fields from Seb. Has the Octillery in hand? Oh, maybe their hand is fully reliant on Octillery. No, they have a Karina's Focus in the hand. Their hand wasn't 100% reliant on Octillery. It still goes after that. Still goes after that second Remoraid, which is interesting. I'll have to see how that plays out. Dark Energy to Arceus V, and then the Marnie. So it doesn't even go for the knockout here with the Crobat. Just gonna go attach to Arceus. So gonna play a turn behind here is Piper. Choosing to play a turn behind instead of going for that prize card and hoping he doesn't get KO'd. We'll see how it ends up going for them. Finds a Malamar, has an Ultra Ball in the hand, so has that V-Star next turn. Gonna be a pass. Of course, when you're not taking knockouts up against Malamar, they can struggle to take KOs themselves because they are super reliant on that Cynthia's Ambition to get those really big hands going. But it looks like a really good hand here from Seb. Fall Crystal for the energy. Level Ball can go ahead and get an Evolution Incense for a Octillery, and then can play that Karina's Focus in the hand, I think, and draw some cards. So really good draw here from Seb. Yeah, here we go. Level Ball. I said, assume we're going to see a Drizzile for Evolution Incense for the Octillery. We'll see if they do anything different, though. Doesn't really matter which Sobble they evolve. They were thinking about it, but yeah, it doesn't really make a huge difference. Yep, there's the Evo Incense. Could even net reset and grab a turf field, to be honest. And then draw that extra card and then have the turf field play. You definitely want to get this KO here as Seb, to be honest. So you definitely want to get this KO. But I guess you could also just grab a Malamar, and that's like the same thing as grabbing a turf field, to be honest. Maybe you just hold the scoop up net in case you want to scoop net the artillery to get the KO. You still have that extra rem rate on the bench to be able to work with later on. So Karina's focus for 4. Ooh. Damn. Double ambition in the draw. I don't think... Can Seb get the KO here? Maybe can still get it. I can't really see the hand. No, definitely can get it here because you could scoop up net the Drizzile, hold the Sobble, and then get another scoop net off the next Drizzile evolve. But actually, yeah, it would need to play it like that. So Seb has the KO here if they want to hold a Sobble. Because they need to use this to get the Malamar. And then they could pick up the Drizzile in the active. Send up the Malamar. Hold the Sobble. Drizzile to the Sobble. Scoop up net the artillery. Throw all that back. They'd get the KO. But at what cost? It's a lot of setup to be down then. A lot of bench Pokemon gone. It definitely has the KO here if they want it. Let's see how badly they want this, though. You have the Shady Dealings Inteleon for the following turn, so... a pretty good chance of maybe being able to pull a knockout on the Arceus. So it's going to be a lot harder, though. Which is maybe... No, I think getting this Crobat KO is pretty big, though, actually, I think. Because then you only have to go through one Malamar VMAX. You could even take, like, an off turn next turn. Yeah, you could take, like, an off turn next turn and then not get a knockout and then get your knockouts after that. That almost looks like they want to pass with the Drizzile on the active, though. You definitely don't want that. You definitely would want to retreat to the Inkay at least. But I think you should go for the KO here. Sends up the Malamar. Only going to hit for 80. It does set up for a boss play later on to boss this up later on to KO it. Could get the knockout here, but maybe it wants to stay a little bit more set up than that. But you could just boss later on and get the KO. Putting back the energy doesn't feel great, though, but I think you would want to hit a little bit extra harder here if this is your game plan here. So if I was Seb here, I would get rid of that energy as well here. I usually like to hold the energy. I don't like just hitting for 40 here, because now next turn you need a Malamar. Like you did 40 here, but now next turn you need like an extra card in the Malamar. I think you should hit a little bit harder. I don't know. Could have even like net reset the Drizzile and gone and grabbed another Rapid Strike card and then hit a little bit harder than that as well. I don't know, 40 damage. It makes it a little bit easier to get the boss KO later on, but not by a whole ton. All right, Ultra Ball from Piper. So went behind by a turn for Piper, but also Seb missed the knockout. So that's Seb kind of missing a turn as well. So it kind of evens up. Both players kind of missed a turn there and immediately going for that star. The V-Star power. Was eyeing up a boss initially. I actually wouldn't hate to see boss KO the Drizziles here, to be honest. The second Ram Raid in play, focusing down artillery is kind of like, eh. Just make them scoop up net if they want to get that Ram Raid out of play. So as Piper here, I'd like to see boss KO Drizzile, I think. Or even Marnie KO active, I think I'd be fine as well. Like, because they put the second Ram Raid in play, you should just leave it in play. It's almost like they're baiting you to KO the artillery. But KOing the artillery is just not good when they have the extra Ram Raid in play, so. We'll see what they go with here. I think they have DCE Big Charm and a supporter in hand. So they're probably going for the Marnie here. We'll see, though. And probably a Marnie. It is the Marnie. Okay. 5 fresh cards for Piper. And then we'll have the chance to maybe lock Seb out of the game. Ace probably won't happen because there's the artillery in play, so they can always just find a Karina's Focus. But Karina's Focus is usually not enough cards to get the big KOs here on these Arceus. So you usually need that Cynthia's Ambition. So if you take away, they're only out to a Cynthia's Ambition. But double net. Oh, but double net's not great. I guess double net's not terrible. Oh wait, this isn't. We're not attacking with the Malamar VMAX yet. We're attacking with the Arceus here. some reason I thought we were already going into the Malamar. That makes me like the boss play more, but it would have left Piper with the dead hand, so I guess you definitely want to go with the Marnie here. Or some kind of other draw supporter. You definitely could have gone with like a research here as well from Piper. You didn't really have to Marnie. Could have saved that in the deck for later when you actually are going in with the Malamar. Keep that in deck for later and just go with the KO. He does commit the Big Charm to the Arceus as well. I don't know how much I like this over saving it, to be honest. All right, Seb with the Cynthia's Ambition up to 8. See what they get themselves. Oh boy, that's kind of ugly looking. Got the turf field. Still has the double net in the hand. I don't think there's a KO there. I do not see a KO out of this hand. Yeah, I do not see a KO out of this hand for Seb. If there is one in there, it's not pretty. It'll leave Seb with like nothing on the board if there's a KO there. So probably should just chill for turn here from Seb. I mean, just getting Inkay. Yeah, just getting Inkay and pass? Inkay pass? Inkay hit for 20? Maybe? We'll see. Yeah, Inkay pass, Inkay hit for 20. No, you have to hold the Inkay pass. I don't know. Inkay pass seemed fine. Looks like that 20 damage is... I don't know. Doing 20 damage here feels pretty weak. Maybe gonna actually try and find the Malamar and hit a little bit harder, though. We'll see. Has a net reset on the Drizzle if they want. But with this loss here, I don't know how many Malamar in day 2, but I think if Seb might be the only Rapid Strike Malamar in day 2, and with a loss here from Seb, I think it would end up with a with a loss here from Seb, I think it would put them out of contention for top 8. So the only hope for a Rapid Strike Malamar to make top 8, I think, is with Seb. As the turf field. Seb's not in a great spot. I don't think has the KO. I could be wrong. They might be able to squeak it out here with the cards in hand. I'm not trying to count too hard here. It looks like they're settling for like 120. There's only one Rapid Strike Malamar in day 2, yeah. Yeah, if Seb loses this game here, I don't think Seb will be able to make top 8. Both these players, I think, have to go 5-0 to have a good chance of making top 8. Maybe 4-1. So if Seb can win this one and get the tie, there could be some hope. If Seb wants to win this, they really gotta... I mean, they need to pick up the pace in general here. Goes with the 120. Keeps the double nets in the hand. So has an out to a Cynthia's Ambition next turn. See what Piper has cooking on this next turn. I would hate to see Piper. I mean, Piper just not gonna have the active seems like enough, to be honest. Maybe you get the Malamar involved as well. Ooh, Judge top deck. Could definitely go for it. Another Arceus coming down. So it looks like Arceus Malamar VMAX might be the lineup here from Piper for the prize trade. Not Arceus Malamar. Has an Ultra Ball in hand as well, and is thinking about using that. Also has a switch, so could just switch into the Malamar. Doesn't have to hard retreat, yeah. Definitely a card you don't mind burning in this matchup as well. And here comes the Judge. So Judge swing with Malamar. With the Octillery on the bench, can't quite lock Seb out of the game with this play, because the Octillery can always go get the Karina's Focus, but Karina's Focus is not Cynthia's Ambition. There's a huge difference between drawing up to 6 and drawing up to 8 with the Malamar Rapid Strike deck. So definitely probably going to not be able to get a KO off of a Karina's Focus into a Malamar VMAX. It is possible, but it's less likely for sure. And of course, Piper could potentially take away a super important card to actually have like a good hand anyways. Like taking away anything that like builds up the next Malamar, you have to find that off the Karina's Focus. All of a sudden, the turf field gets bumped out of play as well. And there we go. There's the swing. What are the options? Ooh, so definitely want to take away the... How many basic Pokemon are in the discard pile, actually? There's 2 Inkays in there. I would go with, it doesn't really matter. I would go with the actually no, I think it's a misplay there from Piper. Definitely want to get rid of the rescue carrier there because that's worth 2 rapid strike cards. No matter what you get rid of from Seb can always find. Well, no, maybe that does make the most sense to get rid of because now you force the artillery to find that. The rescue carrier was probably the best card in the hand though, I think. I feel like the rescue carrier was the best card in the hand there. Because if you get rid of the energy, or yeah, if you get rid of the energy, the artillery will find it anyways. If you get rid of the Korean's focus, the artillery finds it anyways. So those kind of like neutral. But if you get rid of the rescue carrier, and then Seb only finds a way to get a Malamar or an energy and can't also find like the rescue carrier off like a shady dealings, I feel like getting rid of the rescue carrier is the best card to get rid of there. We'll see how it goes though here. Now it's gonna have the rescue carrier to work with. Gonna draw 4 off this Korean's focus. Definitely needs to find some dealings that are shady. Ideally, the Inteleon. Oh, what an ugly hand. I don't even think they can get a KO out of that. That is so gross. Maybe? What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I count 8. I think Seb can get to 8. Yeah, I think Seb can get to 8 here, though. It's ugly, though. If they immediately bench a Sobble, they're not going for the knockout here. Yeah, not going for the knockout. Yeah, the Malamar is putting a hurting on here from Piper. I mean, it's been unfortunate kind of for Seb to not have an out to any Cynthia's ambition to start the turn. No net, no evolution incense, no level ball, no Drizzile. Like, immediately goes for the ordinary rod just to reset some more Malamars into the deck. Here we go. A bit of a reset here. Gets double Mally. Probably just gonna take 1 basic psychic. Don't really want 2 in the deck. Don't want to draw into that later on. It's rough. Gets you a 20 hit here from the Inkay, but that doesn't really set up any mat. Like, it doesn't get you closer to getting the KO. We haven't seen the quick shooting from Seb. I think Seb probably doesn't play the quick shooting Inteleon either. Otherwise, that could kind of work with the quick shooting math, but looking bad. Has net and ambition in this hand, though. And there's a punch for 20. All right, so Piper's got some options again. Could go with a hand disruption card, maybe, or a boss if they have the option. We'll see. As the Marnie. Might just go with the Marnie. Marnie, here we go. Marnie and swing. Okay, can Seb finally find an ambition? We'll need 2 outs to ambition here off this. So that way Piper can't just take the only out to ambition away from them. Arceus down. DTE. Has a big charm as well. Does that matter on the active right now? No. Ooh. Only 1 out to ambition from Seb. Top decks the ambition, though. I was going to say there's probably a decent amount of outs to get out to an ambition, though. Finds it. Ball Crystal for an Inkay. Okay, Seb is in business here. Seb can still close this one out. 3 knockouts in a row, and there's no more Malamar for Seb to worry about as well. No more Malamar for Seb to worry about. Once this Malamar VMAX goes down, just has to get through some Arceus. Maybe Boss KO on Crobat even. Got the Psychic off the Fog. Does need to find an Inkay as well at some point. And ambition for 8. Finally gets the ambition to start the turn. This is huge for Seb. Let's see if they can put the knockout together, though. That's looking pretty good. I don't see an out to an Inteleon, but we do have the Drizzile in the hand. Drew into the boss once again, which is not great. I do see and could start to scoop at some of these artillery. So this should be a knockout here for sure from Seb. This should be a knockout for sure here from Seb. Comes the Shady Dealings. If there's an Evolution Incense here, you can get the Shady Dealings Inteleon. There is. So I think we'll see the Shady Dealings Inteleon grabbed. I think we'll see one of the Rescue Carriers grabbed because we do need an Inkay here for Seb as well. Because you do need to get an Inkay back in play here as Seb. Do not have an Inkay currently. Evolution Incense, Shade Dealings, gets the Rescue Carrier. What else? What is the play here? It definitely wants to net reset this Inteleon as well. So could just grab a Brawly. Thinking about the turf field. The turf field maybe makes the most sense. It's possible that Piper does not find a replacement stadium and you're able to get that working on the next turn. I wouldn't hate to see the turf field grab, possibly get 2 uses out of it. Also say that for the next turn though, when you Shady Dealings before your Ambition. Gonna opt for it right now though. There we go, turf field plus the carrier. Carrier is going to grab double Inkay here, I'm sure. Could grab Inkay Sobble actually still. Because you got the other carrier for the next turn if you want to, but you definitely want to bench an Inkay this turn. But if you scoop out one of the auxiliaries, maybe you want to put a Sobble in play. I don't think it's used any of the... I don't think it's used the auxiliary yet. So as that. Net on one of the auxiliary, I believe has not used the ability of the auxiliary. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think so. Thinking about going already. I would definitely net reset that Inteleon. I would 100% net reset that Inteleon. Also, I would use... yeah, there we go. I think at the hand, currently, Seb only has 1 out to Ambition, which is the net to put the Inteleon back in play. But if Piper takes away that, then you're going to be in a sticky situation. Unless Seb knows there's enough prize cards to get out to the Ambition off there. I think I would like to see the net reset on the Inteleon. If not, Boss KO Inteleon's a really good play here from Piper. Okay, there it is. Sobble can hopefully come back down as well. Maybe even another Sobble could come into play. Thinking about playing this Fall Crystal, but you are about to... So just burns the Fall Crystal. There's nothing to grab here, but you're about to put the Inkay back in the deck, so maybe you want to keep that to search it back out. Oof. Oh, can bench a Sobble. Thank goodness. Yeah, not being able to bench a Sobble here would have been bad. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Is that enough? That is enough, yeah. And was able to put the Sobble back in play. So it has a Drizzile and an Inteleon in the hand. 2 outs to the what's it called. But there's no what's it called to be feared of here, I guess. I keep thinking that we're afraid of Malamar VMAX, but there's no Malamar VMAX to fear here on Piper's side of the field. So I think we'll just see the fresh Arceus get sent up here from Piper probably. And then ideally from Piper has the Big Charm in hand, I believe, and then probably wants to just hit him with a Marnie or a Judge. We'll see. Charmed, we got the Marnie. Got the boss. I think I like the Marnie play here the most. Seb has been through so many cards. Has the boss. Definitely want to see the Drizzile get taken out here. Okay, I like that. If we're going for a boss player, definitely want to see the Drizzile get taken out here. Okay, goodbye Drizzile. Could grab some energy out of the deck just to thin him out. Don't want to see those anymore. Would rather see stuff like your boss and so on. Throws on the Crobat as well. Make sure that can be a pivot. Doesn't get boss trapped in the active. That was pretty unlikely to happen, of course. Yo, what's up, Bandage? Okay. Over to Seb again. Getting the knockout here with the boss is a possibility as well here, I feel like, from Seb. Doing some quick maths. I think we might see Seb go for the boss KO on the Crobat this turn. And then try and go for the big knockout on the next turn. This does give Piper like another turn to like boss KO Octillery though. Yeah, we could see like a boss KO on Octillery still here from Piper. Or even the Sobble, to be honest, if it's lone Sobble in play. Or just KO active Judge. That could be a play as well. Drizzile's out. But Seb did use the turf field first, which is weird. If you're going to use the Cynthia's Ambition, you shouldn't turf field first. That would be a weird play here from Seb to have used turf field before using Cynthia's Ambition. I was kind of liking the idea of Cynthia's Ambition, to be honest. Try and reset up your board a little bit better to maybe go with a boss. But to be honest, when Piper's only follow-up attacker is another Arceus that's damaged, KO in the active here just feels better. If you have a higher chance of getting off that. But if you can reset up your board, if you can go boss plus reset up your board here with some Sobbles here from Seb, I like that even more. If this Sobble can be benched here, that's pretty good for Seb. We'll see what they choose to go with, though. Yeah, if you can set up like some Sobbles and stuff here on the board here from Seb, I like the boss play. Like, you can take this turn to like fully set up. Because if you play the Ambition, you don't know if you have to like burn your whole hand or not to be able to get the KO. Another level ball. Probably going to need a scoop up net as well, to be honest, to close out this game. Grabbed another Remoraid, so they're really prioritized maybe benching another Remoraid down here. Can a Sobble make its way to the board? That's what we want to see. Then we definitely want to see a Sobble hit the board here. There it is. And then still needs, you know, was it 4 cards? Only needs 4 to get the KO here. And it looks like they got it. Seb's thinking hard. There's the 4. It's a Skip Loom off the prize card. Now has to deal with this Arceus, though. I don't think Seb plays any more Escape Rope or Boss or anything like that. So has to deal with this 310 HP Arceus, the closest one out. It's going to be a tough knockout. For sure. Piper looking for probably some kind of hand disruption. Maybe has the Judge in the hand, to be honest. Thinning out the deck with the Moltres, and also wants to find... Has Path Judge. Okay, has everything. Has Path Judge. Probably should have accelerated energy to the Moltres before playing the Path there. Not a huge mistake, though. I don't think it's going to actually matter. Still a slight error. Still definitely an error. Could have had an extra energy on the Moltres field on the bench. Has this KO guaranteed? Has KO guaranteed next turn as well. For Piper, it's just going to come down to, does Seb get the knockout? And Judge here is definitely worse than Marnie. Because now Seb could drop back into some of the same cards that they shuffled back. Only 4 minutes left on the clock, though. This is going to end in a tie here if Seb gets this dub. If Piper can get the win here, though, it's going to be 2-0 for Piper. Baiting the Mally V. And there we go. There's the KO. Let's see what Seb's cooking with. Has the Evo Incense. Okay, and a lot of Rapid Strike cards. How many net are left, though? I feel like the net could be crucial here. No Energy or Malamar is not great. So a top deck of Energy or Malamar. It looks like they top deck the Malamar here. Evolution Incense now going to go in and grab. There's a net left as well. Oh, no, there is an Ambition left. I thought there was no Ambition left for a second. There's no Drizzile left, though. There is a net and a carrier, though. Is there a Drizzile? There's a Drizzile in the discard pile, though. So Seb can grab Ambition Carrier and then can Carrier for the Drizzile after they use the Ambition. So they should get Ambition Carrier here. And then I think Seb's going to be able to lock this one up, the KO here. Ambition Carrier is what they should grab here. Plus the Rescue Carrier. Carrier can recover the Drizzile to get the net confirmed out of the deck. You don't have to do it immediately. I think you should just draw with Ambition first. I could be wrong on that. I don't want to have to do all the Mally math in my head right now. Neither player ties if there's a tie, pretty sure. No, they can still tie. If they go 401, 401 is guaranteed cut, pretty much. Most of the time, 401 would be guaranteed cut in this situation. So I think they would be... It could bubble out, I guess. Those are the nets? No, why not the... No, get the other thing. Is this better? You can always get the net off of the... Is this better? This might actually be better. I don't think this is better. I don't think this is better. I think it's better to get the... To guarantee get the... What's it called? I guess it's the same thing. Maybe it's the same thing. Maybe it goes the same way. Like if you get this one, you guaranteed get the other one. And if you get the other one, you guaranteed get this one. All right, 8 cards total here from the Ambition. In my head, the Rescue Carrier play is cooler, though. So I like the Rescue Carrier play better because in my head it's cooler. Okay, Artillery. Did not draw into the energy, so I have to get the energy off the Artillery. Okay, does Seb have it? Does Seb have 8? 1, 2, 3. I think probably does. I think Seb definitely has 8 here. Got the Carrier. For an Inkay and a Sobble. Did not get the Drizzile. I don't think it's going to matter. That's still a Rapid Strike card, Rapid Strike card, Rapid Strike card. Net up the Artillery. Okay, that's the KO. Okay, we're going to game 3 with 1:30 left. So there's almost no way for Seb to win, but it is possible for like Piper to donk Seb. I think it's the only thing we could see would be like Piper donking Seb here, though. Most likely this will be a tie. 99.99% of the time, this is a tie. But that 0.01% of the time, I think Piper probably... Actually, I don't know. Maybe Seb has a better chance to donk Piper, actually. Yeah, if Piper like opens Crobat Pass again and Seb goes... Sheesh. It's going to be a tie. It's going to be a tie. It's going to be a tie. I'm trying to come up with who has a better chance to win. I think actually Seb has a better chance to win this. Because Seb plays so many ways to find Pokemon. Seb plays so many ways to find Pokemon that Seb almost never gets donked here. Piper does not play as many ways to find Pokemon, though, so I could see Piper whiffing because of that. I could see Piper whiffing for sure. Yeah. I think most likely, yeah, I think we could see Piper opening like Crobat pass, and then Seb goes set up some stuff, and then Seb gets like a turn 2K on the Crobat, and Piper whiffs another Pokemon. But most likely it's going to be a tie. If they do not finish pile, no, you have to pick who goes first. If you pick who goes first, then the game counts. That's how you pick. That's how it works. If you pick who goes first before time is called, then the game counts. You don't have to be like set up. 2 big Charm Prize. So that could have been big if this was actually going to be a game. But we're probably not going to see a game here. The Crobats start from Piper, but I see a quick ball. So I don't think we're going to see a donk happening. And with that basic grab here from Piper, now it comes down to, does Seb not have a follow-up basic? And can Piper actually get a turn 2 knockout here? Oh, Seb has a Fog Crystal. I thought it was happening for a second. I saw Seb's hand is actually pretty bad. Does have a Fog Crystal to get an Inkay, though. See the attachment here from Piper as well. It should be turn 1 here from Seb, I believe. Has double Fog Crystal now. So might just play both Fog Crystals, and then they're going to both be like, yep. And I think that's just what happened. It seemed like Piper was like, basically, yep, all right, we got a tie here. Can't donk you. Second Fog Crystal coming in. Can't do that. That's a Sobble. Gonna have to go with an Inkay. There we go. Inkay. And then pass. It doesn't really matter at this point. The game's a tie at this point. Even has the what's it called in hand there as well. Carrier in hand to get more basics in play, just in case it got close. Like if they played out a couple turns here and Seb was dead drawing, could recover a couple more. The V-Star power, probably gonna grab Switch and Energy. Both of them keep doing that with their hands, like they know it doesn't matter though. So yeah, there's the knockout. Seb's gonna send up Inkay. Might even just see them draw a pass, and then the game will be over. There it is. Fist bumps out, and they end with a tie overall.